Hi everyone, my name is Cecia Rivera. I am part of the College of Education. Right now I'm studying to be a math teacher, a middle school math teacher, and I'm not too sure as to what grade level I want to teach yet. I'm between 6th and 8th grade because I believe or I assume that 6th graders are a little bit more nervous about their first year of middle school. They're a little bit more receptive because they're trying to learn what's going on in middle school. You know, they're no longer the older kids, they're now like, you know, the younger kids. And so I believe that they're a little bit more obedient. And then there's 8th grade. They're a little bit more mature. They've kind of already have it down. They're just kind of like trying to hurry up and get out of middle school to go into high school. I've observed 7th grade and it was a little bit of a handful, it was. But again, it just kind of depends on the school year, what's going on the kids in the class. So, you know, it doesn't always necessarily mean that they're a little bit more out there. But I've been observing, or I've been student teaching 6th grade this semester, and August 20th was my first day, and honestly I've loved 6th grade so far. It's been great. I'm leaning more on 6th grade, but we never know. I am a bilingual student. I speak Spanish and English. I would actually say that my first language was Spanish. I'm very happy and I'm very glad that my parents instilled that into me and passed it down, because it has been a great, you know, tool for me. It's been a privilege to speak another language and call myself bilingual, and so I'm very thankful for that. But with having a second language, I did experience some difficulties growing up, maybe like the first few years of my education, like early childhood. I'd get confused with the I and the E. In Spanish, I is E, and then in English, the letter E is pronounced a different way. And I mean, even just thinking about it right now, like I'm already getting confused, but little things like that would kind of throw me off, and so I feel like it would set me back just a little bit. But overall, once I've had repetition and practice, I've learned to master both languages thanks to my parents. They also put me in bilingual classes. So I remember in elementary, I took ESL from kindergarten all the way to 4th grade. And the only reason why I stopped at 4th grade is because in the district that I lived in, 4th grade was elementary, and then 5th grade was an intermediate school, so I had to stop. But those years have served me well. I mean, I learned how to write, how to speak, and how to read Spanish. At the same time, I was also learning how to talk and read and write in English. And so I got, you know, a little bit of best of both worlds. And I would see other students that would struggle. I mean, thank goodness my sister spoke English at home, so I got to ask them questions. I was able to ask them questions and kind of guide me on certain questions that I had on my homework and stuff. But I would see kids struggle, like my friends struggle, because they didn't have that support in their homes. And it's not because, you know, they probably weren't receiving that support, but it's just because maybe they lacked the tools or the help that they needed. And actually, now that I see it in class, I have a class right now in school that I student teach, where there's a lot of ESL students, so we have to have a paraprofessional come in and accommodate those students. For example, there's times where the teacher and the paraprofessional have to meet, and they have to pick out what words could they take out that they could be replaced with an easier word. And it's kind of nice seeing that. I mean, I don't remember seeing that growing up, but then again, I had a bilingual teacher, so I didn't really get to see that, because she was the one altering those tests and modifying it to ways that we would understand great. And so I'm honestly really happy to see paraprofessionals join teams with parents, with teachers, and any other faculty members to help students. So I'm truly happy on how they've helped. And it's not just Spanish speakers. In that class, I believe we have some Vietnamese. We have I think it's Swahili. It's Hawaiian, I want to say, like their native tongue. And it's really interesting how they find ways to modify them. And it's really interesting. So I'm really excited about this course because it's going to help me improve my teaching. And honestly, I'm here because I want to help students. I want to help them grow. I want to help them just achieve new goals, and I don't want them to feel stuck, and I want them to feel helped. And so I truly can't really answer the whole how successful have I been, because if you asked me now, I would say I haven't been too successful, but only because I haven't really had the opportunity yet to grow and to be successful. But give me a few years and I promise you that I will work on whatever it is that I have to work on in order to be successful. Not for my own sake, not because I want to grow, not for my own pride, but because I want my kids to receive that. So the more I learn, the more I stay as a student and I teach that to my other students, you know, I feel like that is where true growth can happen. And so I do want to focus on that and see what the ultimate goal is. At the end of the day, it's not a paycheck. It's not, you know, what we have to gain from it. It's more of what do we have to offer to others. And I think that has been my motivation at this moment. It's more of, all right, I want to help. How can I help? And I believe that that is working with our generation now and helping build them, so one day they can teach my kids, and you know, and they keep passing it on. But yeah, so that's a little bit more about me, and I look forward to the semester and learning on how to learn and how to pass on things, you know, information on to students that might struggle just as I did growing up. And I look forward to y'all. Thank you.